live, here it is, I'm live, here it is, I'm live, here it is, I'm live, here it is. Here it isn't. Okay, right. So this is a bit of an unexpected live stream, and so I'd like to get a bit of sunlight, but we haven't quite got the sunlight. We'll see how things go. The place is a bit of a mess. I'll clean that down. We'll grab some stuff to, and Max is making weird noises. Hello, Max. Why are you making weird noises? Oh, okay. Who knows? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and grab a cloth or something to clean something with. Or can we clean with the stuff we've got? Intriguing. I think we can clean with what we have. Just grab some water, I suppose. This will do nicely. I'm going to throw it out anyway. It's like a... It has no handle. And it's yuck. So we'll use that for our water. Got to make sure that I don't... what I'll do is, whilst we're waiting for stuff, I will very sneakily cut the labels off so that we don't have issues, I think. Because, you know, you might find out where I live because I'm so famous. What I might do is I might just use this area here. I might be able to set something up. All right, that sounds like a plan. So first things first, let's just wipe it all down. So we've got a nice nice viewing station. Ugh. That's probably a bad idea. We'll use this station here. I regularly fish opals out of this water anyway, so it doesn't matter if any fall in that are important, because I will get them. It's all part of the experience of opal cutting, I suppose. Now I've got a nice black contrast. We'll be able to get things going. Yay! I also pan this stuff for gold. And I get, you know, micrograms of it. It's well worth doing. There we go. I think that's good enough. What I might be able to do even is grab my throw that in. Grab my viewing station, which is just over here. We'll use that. There are people who are using the house today, so I can't just, I can't disrupt their lives too much, can I? So this is what I use for a viewing station. Guess what? It's made from a printer. Who'd have guessed it? If this fits on nicely, then we've got ourselves a deal. It doesn't fit on nicely. Oh well, that's a nice idea. How will we do this? We will just improvise somehow. That's a shame, because I like that. Yeah, you can go there. Have I got anything else I can use that's relatively transparent? Oh well, what I'll have to do maybe is just set it up like a normal cutting, and we'll not have the cutter on. Or maybe if we find something that's good for cutting, we'll cut it straight away. That's not a bad idea. So what we'll do initially is we'll just we can do it this way. We can pop this in here like so. It's a bit precarious, but yeah, we can do that. Even like so. Yeah, we can do it like this. This will work. This will work. Why won't it work? Work, damn it. Reminds me of that Star Wars. Don't worry, she'll hold together. Come on, baby, hold together. Rotate device. The device is rotated, don't you worry. Oh, like that. Sort of. How do I do it? How do I do it? Hello, Atticus. And hello, Don. So, like, I'm sorry about the lateness. I tried to get as much going as I could. I'm making a makeshift viewing platform here. I think we've got something, finally. I was seriously considering waiting till like 1 a.m. when everyone else was asleep, because that would actually... Is this going to work? 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 Work, damn it, work. Well, it was going to work. So maybe what we'll do is we'll get this. We'll get this. Don't you worry. We'll get it. Yeah. Okay. I got something. All I need now is this. Go from there to there. Like so. Never thought I'd do this. There we go. That'll work. Finally. Alright, so what have we got? I have no idea. I've got some fresh water, but seeing I'm using the viewing station, I should have just figured out a way to stabilise the viewing station. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here's our package. Let's open it for the first time and see what we got. What I might just have to do is I think we'll be right. There we go. Hopefully there's no identifying information other than a duck which I've cut in half. Let's have a look. In we go. Here it is. Look at that. I'm just trying to remember how many carats that actually is, but it's a lot. And I can already see some mouth-watering opals there. So if we get to mouth-watering opal time, what I'll simply do is I'll just pop it into here, and we will... Oh. Actually, we can do it like that. Hey! I'll just turn the water on too, and then we've got water. Well, there's the most profound statement you're ever going to hear on a live stream. Let's turn on water and we'll have water. Okay, and the last thing we can do is we will figure out which one is the Dremel. Wrong one. There we go. Unplug the Dremel, and there we go. We've got water going, so we can actually wet the thing. Okay, we'll get rid of those because they are not part of the deal. And here it is. Got it. We win, mostly, sort of, a little bit. Well, we don't lose as much as we normally do. And I'll just have to wipe that down, won't I? My daughter just gave me the universal symbol for I love you. And my phone fell. Don't worry, I am just wiping things down, so it's not that big a deal. In the United States, they say big of a deal, don't they? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tip over here. And then, when we're done looking at it, I'm going to put it back into the bag. Or alternately, we might just activate the unnecessary cutting machine. Unnecessary. I was going between unnecessary dipping mechanism and cutting machine. Look at this, straight away, a double knobby. Can't see anything in there. We've got some sunlight that's sitting around. And just have a quick look. That'll be fun to cut up. It's got no particular colours in it. I'll just leave that in there. Maybe I'll activate the microphone as well whilst we're here. It's a very ad hoc session, this. That's me, the star of the show, a drip. So what we've got here is we've got some interesting things. I'll go through some of the stuff that I'm seeing here straight away. This one is just a piece of potch, but you can see the black in the middle of it. So sometimes this guy, that ends up pretty good. And we've got some sunlight. So whilst we've got the sunlight, let's just have a quick check. Don't think I see anything particularly amazing there. Yeah, you can see all of those. So those will be interesting. Remind me never to mess something up once it's gotten good. Okay, so here we go. My goodness. Sorry, I'm just looking at it myself. If you have a go right up here, you can see all you have to do is remember that my colours are terrible on my camera, and if you can see any colour whatsoever, then you know you've got something good. I think the star of the show is the drip. Might turn it off for a little while because it might be taking up most of the attention. Right. Well, there's more to it than that. Oh, look at this. Okay, so what we've got is we've got, I recognise this as Lightning Ridge for sure. I've actually been through some material that's like that. That's their siliceous sandy clay that they've got there. But you can see the layers of opal that are just bulging through it. And you can have a look on this side, look at that. That is going to be a hell of a lot of fun to cut. One of the things that I can tell you about it is that I'm feeling its weight, and it is wet, so I have to make allowances for that. But it is very heavy for something that should be mostly sand. So I would not be surprised if this part here also had some opal within it. That's classic seam opal. So I'm just putting these here. This is probably, oh look at that, look at that. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing some beautiful colour. Oh, this is so drooly. Yeah, you're right. But I think that these opals are just going to shine through regardless of my camera work, because these are stunning. Can't believe what I'm looking at. Here's a nice little white one that's just fallen off. But you can see the colours that are just kind of bouncing through. So this is one I'm going to try. Faceting it. You can see the ends. They kind of. It's as you see it. A little bit more bright if you're where I am. It's pretty much as you see it. Just the ends tend to. Whoa. Ends tend to bounce a bit. I wonder if I can use that other one as, would that be a better holder? I think it will be. All I need to do now is just Justin Bieber say never say never? Okay, there we go. I think that works. Now, more water at risk of refocusing the camera. That's okay. I can barely see the thing. I can move it slightly out. There we go. I'll actually move it away from the, yeah. So you can see what I'm seeing. So let's have a look through. We'll take some of the smaller ones. Make sure that we can, I'm just looking at my view of it. That's a tiny little pea knobby. It will barely even be half a carrot uncut. So when you cut it, 0.05 of a carrot. There might be colour within it. You can't see anything, but it's nice. I'm going to take one of the foreground up. Now this one, I'll use inches as measurements. Oh no, Don, you've used millimetres before. I can do both. So this one is approximately just under an inch long and half an inch wide. That's what we've got here. So that's, 20 by 10 in Australian money. There's not much colour there, but it looks like wood opal to me. Yeah, it's wood opal. Opal auctions. This one was an Opal auctions special. I actually lashed out. This one was about 200 US, in case you're interested. A lot of the time I get them much cheaper. Oh my goodness, look at that. This is also wood opal. But look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you can look at that, but there's a lot of colour showing through. Let me just tell you what the human eye is seeing as opposed to the camera eye. I'm gonna have to take out my other cell phone to do this. Don't know why I just didn't. Look. Sorry, I'm just getting out my me channel on live. Okay, there I am. Yeah, about a bucket carrot, I reckon. Yeah, I know. I've seen enough of your videos to know that you measure your opals in millimetres, so I don't know why I'm even bothering, patronising. And so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to just put this in the normal position because I think it's going to work. I'll just move these over to here. Look. And it doesn't matter what it does because I will be able to adjust. Hopefully I've got them all sorted out into what has just arrived and what is just random detritus. There we go. Yeah, this is a lot of opal. Basically what I did was I had a very good year last year. I kicked some goals regarding my savings and my spending habits and all that sort of stuff, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to reward myself with just one rather large purchase. So this is my reward. Okay, so what I can do now is I will just leave this over here, and now we can go through them. I'm sorry you can't see all of the, I might be able to bring it down a bit. No, you'll see it. There's going to be no water on the camera, so it's all good. So there we go. Yeah, this is much easier. We can just turn on the Dremel if we're interested in one of them, can't we? That's not a bad option. So that's a beauty, mostly blue, which I think is a bit of a screamer. Let's show you this one again though. This is the one that I was looking at before, seeing we've gotten ourselves all sorted out. Look at that. It's absolutely stunning. This is an absolute bargain. Like, I can get thousands of dollars worth out of this. That one's seam opal for sure. Yeah, Now, I don't know exactly where in the Lightning Bridge they get these. They probably wouldn't tell me if I asked anyway. But I recognise this particular type of potch as stuff that the Sadawis tend to dig out of the ground. Another piece of wood opal. So these ones are interesting. You can let's have a look at the back and see if we can actually do something with it. They're really, really bright, but the trick with the wood opal, of course, is getting the colour out of it without just grinding the whole thing to powder, because you can see sand in there. There's sand here, sand here, sand here. So it's an art form in itself, getting all of the stuff out. Yeah. Well, they do. They're essentially the Opal Mafia, I suppose. Now this one is the underperformer of the group, and it's pretty nice. I think I can get something out of that. That will be like, you know, one of those ones of, can I actually get something out of it? Because you can just see hints of opal just flashing through all the time, so there is a chance you could get something nice. You know, when you're running low on opal, you try and cut one of these guys. Yeah. I presume De Beer is, we have Richter Million, or we had Richter Million. Don't know what happened to him. Probably shouldn't name people. Tell you what, there was a interesting incident in Orange in the 80s. I think it's called Kemlardi from memory. Now let's move from unseemly activity to opal. I think if I cut through, I think this one is it's a wood opal again. I reckon there might be a seam of sand just running diagonally through, but if we're lucky, I could cut some vertical chunks through it, and hopefully I could just then polish it around the sand and get a couple of really nice opals out of that one. Not just a couple, 3 or 4. Oh. Okay, this one is so subtle, so I don't expect the camera to do it any justice whatsoever. But there's just this hint of whitish green with like blue and purple overtones. I sound like I'm sipping a wine, don't I? It is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, this one. It's not a black opal per se, but I think it'll be nice. The colours are coming through. That means it could have, yeah, okay. So, see those little marks there? When I look at it through here, you can sometimes see some evidence of cracking. So I think this one is one that you just have to, I wonder, hang on. No. But it's another wood opal, and I think it's actually closely related to this piece. I think these pieces go together. Let's see if I can put them. Yeah, can't actually fit them together, but I wouldn't be surprised. Here's another one which is a part of that same set. It's the same coloration. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got just, this is trash here. Maybe you can get a gem out of that little corner there, but this corner here, roughly here onwards, is opal that looks relatively unbroken, although there is a chunk of white just at the top corner. You can see that chunk of white that's sitting up there. That might disrupt things, might make life upsetting, but mostly okay. Yeah, and there's that Cooper Petey kit as well. Hang on. Yeah. Where do you buy your opals? Yeah, I buy my opals from the opal auctions. So They're not a bad group, like, because they're mostly run by the Sadawis, as we were mentioning. Yep. It's alright, it's pretty late for the Americans too. I'm trying to go through them, and like, we've got hundreds. You've missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of about 200. So I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. Yeah. So if you go to www.opalauctions.com, there's auctions that run concurrently, and there's also just in the market section, you can actually just buy some. I bought these ones literally just for a fixed price. I couldn't be bothered haggling, and I thought these were actually a good deal. So this is more wood opal. So this is also, I reckon, part of that other piece of wood opal that we were looking at. Just for Jay, I'll show all the other ones. Actually, I think this piece is the end cap of it. So all these pieces of wood opal, I think, are very similar, and you can see how it all, I've almost just put it together just like that. But these are very subtly coloured, and it's a shame that you can't actually see them in their natural light, because they really are beautiful. I'm salivating just thinking about what to do with them. I think at some stage I will be getting the, oh, you know that sound that Homer Simpson makes? Oh. I think this will warm him up. Look at that. That is just absolutely... I don't think I can get a good opal out of it though, but it's beautiful. We'll see what we can. Basically what I think I'll be getting is I'll be accepting my losses with this one, but I'll be cutting 4 or 5 extremely tiny stones, but they will be beautiful. I'm just randomly picking up. I'm not going by any particular order. That's more of the wood opal that we've been looking at. Oh, so the ground was too hot for the snow? Yeah, that's wood opal. That goes with the rest of the wood opal part that I've been dealing with. Okay. No, it's all rain. Oh, so it's falling as rain. Okay, fair enough. Now this is something I've never seen before. Well, I've seen some of this material because I was literally cleaning some out. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, so this stuff here, I was literally dealing with this stuff here earlier on, and this is exactly the same kind of messy matrix with opal embedded in sand. See you around, Atticus. Now this will be crumbly. I'll try and snap it. Nah, no snapping. Another piece of seam. You might not see all the colours in it. It's quite not. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's yummy. Look at that. Okay, just over here is just a tiny little blue. Little blue bar. Now the question is, does that face? Which way does it face? Oh, so tempting. Hang on for 1 second. Let's find out. Try facing it this way. I think it faces to the side. There we go, we're getting to the black on either side of it. So what have we got there? I'm not going to cut all of it, I'm just going to stop when we get to the colour. Yeah, okay, I think it's the colour's only from the side. So that means that, yeah, well, it happens often enough, you know that. So I can't complain. So what I'm going to try, what I'll be doing, cutting it at that angle to try and see if it'll face at all. And give it a bit of a shot. Let's see what it looks like. I think I might be able to get something doing it that way. I'll stop with that now though. Nope, wrong one. I think we'll be able to get something out of that, but you're right. It looks like it's facing from the wrong angle. All right, let's keep going with normal things. More of that wood opal. What I'd be suggesting is, it seems that there is a bar of sand that's going through here. I would suggest that's a sand bar. That would create a very, very thin. Hang on for a second. Is that spongy enough to be bone? Looks like marrow, doesn't it? Looks like a skeet of a turtle or something. Don't think it is, because I think it's part of the. I think it's part of the wood. Well, if we see anything that looks like a bone, we'll know. So let's have a look. Okay, this is like almost crystal the whole way through. So I may have to double it. We'll make a conversation piece. This looks like one of those ones that if I cut it along this axis, it'll actually end up with some pretty good opal. Let's see. Yeah, I reckon just an unconventional axis. I'll keep faceting it until I find the correct axis to use. Relatively uncoloured, this one. That's definitely wood opal. Yeah, you can see there. You literally see the xylem. That's basically, it's a transport tube of a dicot. So it's even quite an advanced thing for what you would be expecting to fossilise at the time. Yeah, no worries. Go sleep, have some fun. Because I might have to stop it myself, because this might be hours of entertainment. I might have to do the rest of them, or the highlight reel. So that one is, see ya. That one's just clear. So what we'll do is I'll have a quick look through them and see if I can find something absolutely spectacular, just so you can see it, and then I'll shut the stream down for the sake of everybody. That's a knobby, not a bad little knobby. There's a nice piece of colour just sitting there, which is pretty clean, so I can just cut straight away. This one, once again, another piece of colour which is clean, so I can cut that straight away as well. That's good, that's about a carat. This one, it's concave, it's a witch's hat knobby, but once again, it's mostly clean. There's a big bit of sand all through the middle, but the colours are beautiful, so maybe I would cut it to the side. It's another of those awkward colours going the wrong way. This one, soft and subtle. I reckon that if you cut along the sand, it'll be good. Beautiful colours, but not clean. And it's only about 1 carat, and will be half a carat by the time you're done with it. Ooh, this guy. Now this guy, he's tiny, but man, he's mighty. Try and give you an idea of the... Yeah, that one's good. Very, very small. I'll probably only get like 2/3 of a carat out of it. But gee, what a 2/3 of a carat you'll get. Right, let's see what else I can... Ooh, okay. I've lost it. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Once again, a tiny little one, but it's got these little sparkles that fling through it. Try and get the sparkles to hit your camera. There you go. A few sparkles. Sparkle, sparkle. Only just though. Yeah, so that's a good one. This one, piece of wood opal, mostly clean all the way through. I don't think I'm going to get a good stone out of it, but it's nice. This piece looks nice and clean mostly, but I think that that'll be a difficult cut, but there might be something in there. Hello, how you doing?
Mwah.
Sorry, daughter just came along.
Bye.
See ya.
Do you need a drink?
What?
Do you need a drink? You look thirsty as well.
I'm probably just drooling because these opals are brilliant.
Wouldn't an excess of saliva not be a sign of thirst? Shouldn't it be dryness instead?
Yeah. On this side, we've got some colour, but I'm trying to get the colour to show. All right.
Let me see.
I've got it. They're mostly American, so I'm trying to get through them quickly. Sorry about this. This is a knobby, which I will explore on a live stream at some time because it's going to be fun. I'm just looking around. What have we got here? Nice little tiny one. This one's mostly clean all the way through, and it's directional, so that's good. This one here, oh, absolute smasher. Absolute smasher. There's only one way to cut it though, and there's a good chance of failure. So worrisome, but really, really nice. Clean all the way through from the looks of things. Subtle colours, beautiful. Clean mostly all the way through. Have to cut off this side, but once again, nice, good subtle colours. This one looks like it's loaded with sands, much too light. Nice anyway. Sorry about the hiccup. Ooh. Oh yeah, this guy. Try and get the flash to happen. Lord Flash Art, I'll call it. Woof! You'll have to take my word for it, there is a brilliant piece of flash just there. Come on, let's get you nice and soaky. Yeah, I nearly got it. No way. Just trust me, it's good. Okay, let's see. I think that's most of it. If I find another one, I'll get a highlights reel going for it. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll look through the rest of them in the comfort of my own home. Yeah, we're all laymen in a certain capacity. Oh, this one's nice. So what you're looking for, whilst I'll go soon, but I'll tell you what you're looking for. When you look at these, what you've got to see is if your nice colours are great, but what you need to see is if the colour actually is contiguous from one side to the other. So they call that wall-to-wall colour. This guy here, not a good example of it. You can see this very thin band of colour. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to be very careful and just excavate the opal in that thin band. And it might be too thin, and you'll have to put it behind a black backing or something to make it even visible. So let's see if I can find a wall-to-wall for you. This one's a better example of wall-to-wall, but it is a bit lumpy. So this guy here, about a carat roughly. And all of it is colour, but it's a bit lumpy, so it might not cut a clean stone for you. Here, this one's a crystal one. It's got a little bit of sand in the middle, so it's mostly clean. That one will probably either become a complete crystal or a doublet. Oh, here's one. The other thing what we're looking for is really, really spectacular colour. Oh, and that's where the phone camera is actually not helping us. This one's got that spectacular colour. If I can actually get it to show. Once again, it's mostly wall-to-wall, but there's sand in very awkward pockets, which means that it's hard to cut a good stone with it, but you can. So that's a That's a nice keeper there. And here is a witch's hat knobby. Now, in case you're interested, what is a knobby? I'll just grab a knobby and show you. Here is a knobby. This is called a P knobby. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's a knob. That could even be what we call a yabby button. But I think it's actually just a knobby. And what they are is they're characterized by a white cap, which you can kind of see. Is not very much of one. And this is when there is a cavity that forms in a seabed, and there was once lime in there, and the lime gets eroded out, and then it fills up with nematodes, and the nematodes then die at the white cap point, and then it all becomes opal. But this is a witch's hat knobby. Basically, it's the same process, except it's had some tectonic movement over the years and it's been squished. And that squishing has also pushed the precious opal, it's like a filtration process, push the precious opal to the top. So you can get a nice opal out of these kinds of stones. The more squished your knobby gets, the better it becomes. And eventually the knobbies get squished into a seam. And that's what seam opal is. That is a fossil. It is probably a coral. Not much colour, but I'm keeping that for my fossil collection. Okay. Now, if I spot a fossil, it's very tempting to cut them because they're very shiny and lovely and stuff, but really you shouldn't. That's just clear opal, and I think that is another... I think that's actually a geological formation, that one. So, there's actually some good videos by the Opal Centre that explain some of these things. And I think that one was... Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's coming through even on the camera. That is what you see. Now the only problem that we've got is this piece of white that's sticking through it. But I'm reasonably confident I can make something of this. It'll be tough, but it'll be fun. Let's see what else we've got before we wrap things up. This one, okay. This is the money stone. So what we're looking for here is basically colour and black. So if you have a look through, you can see that there's this really, really black potch that's sitting there. Now, if there is any justice in this world, this top here, which has got the opal sitting on top of it, if that opal extends into this black here by any fraction, the inland sea basically. So this is mostly it's mostly Permian and Cambrian, if I remember correctly, and a lot of it is sea animals. Like the Lightning Ridge is where you get plesiosaurs, would you believe? You get alligators, you get turtles, you get all sorts of things, and you get yabbies. This one here, I don't think it is, but there's a chance that this particular knobby here is a yabby button, which is essentially a piece of calcium that they keep within them for when they molt. Don't bet the farm on this being a yabby button, by the way. So this is another one that you'd investigate, but there's no colour that you can see. But because there's black opal here and there's this sheen of other type of opals, you'd be going, does it hit the colour as you go through it? But this one here, there's no doubt that there's colour. So you're just praying that this colour extends into this black. If that happens, you're in the money. That's a $800, $900, $1,000 stone. Oh, these are amazing. You're right, Jay. It is cool. I can't believe that that I've gotten into this hobby, to be honest. It's so fun a hobby. This one is a very small pointer. What I mean by pointer is a point something of a carat. That one will be a relatively simple cut, but it'll just produce a very small stone no matter which way you slice it. So nice, but definitely a good bycatch. Here's another one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the most valuable colour is red, but blue is not bad. Blue is the second least valuable actually, but if you get a nice iridescent blue, beautiful. So what I'm seeing here, if we go into this angle here, you can see just that white that's poking through. That's the bit that I'll be worried about. I might even cut that off. I would possibly consider cutting along there and cutting along there and preserving 3 stones rather than trying to go and cut for the big money. You're probably better off getting, you know, $200-300 per stone rather than trying to get a $3,000 or $4,000 stone from something like this. But this is about 2 or 3 carats at the moment. So if you get half a carat worth of stones from it, you're doing well, sadly. Let's have a look, what else have we got? Worth investigating. There's just this tiny little piece of colour poking through a giant, massive knobby. So you're always sitting there with the dollar signs in your eyes, going, is this going to be good? Alright, what else have we got here? I think we're coming to the end of the run. I will look through all of these later on, and so I'll tell you if there is something nice. This one's just it's a nice colour, but it's too small and probably won't be able to get anything. But you can see those greens. Greens are one of the more desirable colours. Red is the best, in case you're interested. Not much red here. A lot of purple, which is just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel, really. There you go. Blue on green, which is nice. We're getting there, but there's a black background. So once you get black, and once you get nice iridescent colours, you start asking your price. Bit too small to cut a good one. That one's a knobby, which is not going to cut cleanly. Shame about that one. That one will cut cleanly. It's not quite a black opal though, you can see right through it. Nice colours probably, because they're bright enough to show through. This one, wow. This is crystal, so I'll need a black background. Try and... No. Can I find some place to give you a black background? You get the general gist, sort of. So look through. I'm just starting to... This one's black, so I'm hoping there's some colour somewhere in it. I'm going to examine this one carefully. These are the ones that you just kind of cut up just in case. Okay, here's what makes me hopeful about it. There is black. Whoop, there is black right there. And there is also sand. So sometimes the sand turns into opal. A lot of the time people get upset by sand. They go, oh, my opal's been beaten by sand. I understand that disappointment, but at the same time, if there wasn't sand, there wouldn't be opal. So this one, once again, a pointer, but this one is just, can you see that flash? That's the kind of flash we're after. Those are the ones, if it was slightly bigger, this would be an ask your price kind of opal. Beautiful little thing. Beautiful little thing. This is one that it's nice. You wish it was a bit bigger, and when you're cutting it, you pray you don't bugger it up, because you don't have much opal to play with, so you can very easily just end up with nothing. Sometimes you just end up with nothing anyway. Okay, this one here, if I can get you the right angle, this also has a nice play of colour on it. Nice bit of flash. Yeah, if that's showing through in the camera at all, that's doing well. Yeah, this one, when you look at it in the light, once again it's crystal, so probably when you clean it all up you'll have to find a black background for it. This one is not crystal, this is white, and the colour is strong enough to actually show through the white. If that was a black opal, it would be a stunner. More wood opal. This one here, you can see the colour's just sitting in the middle of it. That's bordering on some flash. It's not quite, but beautiful, lovely colours. This one's just got some colour poking through here. So what you'd be hoping with this one is that you cut through and find no sand but more colour. This one here, once again, most of these, just so you know, most of these opals are really tough cuts. You pay big bucks for nice clean opal, and I don't pay big bucks as a general rule. And so I try and excavate what I can out of this sort of stuff. It's not trash, but it's certainly something that a more discerning cutter might want to pass up on. But that makes it kind of cool for me, because I like to find the stuff that people reject. It's not exactly rejected either. How do I even describe it? It's this is good. It's just there's another dude from Black Opal's Direct, Justin from Black Opal's Direct. He probably wouldn't be cutting this kind of thing, but I would be. I'm just looking through to see if I can find anything of note through here. There's a few around the corner here that managed to just escape my notice, so I'm just looking through. Usually, sometimes with sunlight or different orientation, they get better. Now this one here, very interesting, lots of colour, but it's very light in colour, so not a black opal. Still, get nice colour, you still get nice premium prices for them. Crystal opal, beautiful colour. So hopefully I'll be able to get something out of it, but these ones tend to be shot through with sand, so it's very hard to get anything. Love the colour on this one. I reckon I can get a nice stone out of that one, but only a pointer. So still, you might be able to get $100 or $200 worth of opal from something like that. So it's not something to sneeze at. This one here has got the tiniest core of black. So if I play my cards right, I get a nice black opal out of it. Once again, a small black opal, but a black opal nonetheless. So nice. This one here, wow. No, I've got a black board that all this opal is sitting on, so I see something that looks nice and then I pick it up and yeah. But having said that, red. There is red sitting next to blue, which is what you're looking for. I might not be able to extract that red next to the blue because it'll be a tricky cut to do it. But there is a bit of black sitting around. So right in the middle next to that black section is where the red is. So that's nice. This one might have some good opal in it, but I'll have to cut through to find it. Alright, I think I'm just going to have a quick check through. Whoop. This one might have something nice in it. So, what will I do? I think I will just, because I'm aching to just cut one of these, so I'll have a look and see which one. Oh, beautiful. Alright, this one. I'm just going to turn the machine on and I'll quickly cut it and then we're finishing. I only got 15% battery anyway. That bit was cracked, it needed to come off anyway, so I might cut it off. Right. What I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up the sides, trying to get a nice clean face. And you'll see the issues that you get with these opals. You see nice colours, but you've got to just cut around them. And sometimes cutting around it just means you get rid of the colour. And it's sad, but that's why opals are worth a lot, because they're hard to cut. See all that sand there? The face is here, the sand is here. So I've got to try and get rid of that sand. The back is just as important as the front. Now there is a little bit of sand that is just just sneaking its way into there, which is going to cause me problems. That's actually fortunate. It snapped off. It could have been worse. Now looking at that, I've got a decision to make. The sand is right in the middle there. That's very, very typical. Do I carve this way and hope the sand goes away, like so? Actually, that was a good call. I was just demonstrating and I nearly got rid of all of it. So yeah, the other thing to do is to cut it in half. I was actually borderline thinking to cut it in half, and I'm still thinking that because you might not be able to see it, but there still is quite a, I think there might be a crack. Let's have a look. I can make that decision later. What I'm doing here is I'm just getting rid of this sand. If you make an unstable base, the jeweler is not going to thank you for that. So you just have to get rid of it. Don't worry about my hands. Okay, let's have a look. What do we do? What do we do? Yep, we cut it in half, I'm sorry to say. That's alright. 2 half carrots. There they are. Take a look at this one. I think I'll cut this one later and I'll continue working on the other half. There we go. As you can see, it gets very small very quickly. And there's another decision point. You can see this time around I'm just going to cut into the sand until there's no other point in keeping going, and you just have to cut it in half. And should I cut it in half? Yeah, I will. So there we go. We've got a nice little opal there, but it's only a pointer. And it's also a crystal opal. That's what you expect when you get wood opal. You get very tough to cut opals, basically. There we go. Yeah, managed to eke something out of it. And the reason why is because it is such bright iridescent colours. I'll put that onto a dot stick and I'll shine it up and it'll make a nice little opal. I'm running out of battery power now, so I've got to go. If there's anything else, I will release a short. I think that we will find something pretty spectacular in here somewhere. Alright, we'll have a lovely evening, everybody. Stay safe. If you're in America, stay warm. Dr. Phil out.